What's up guys, welcome back to my office. So it's been a little while since I did a tech update, and as you might be able to tell from looking over my shoulder here, there's been quite a few updates. So if you happen to catch my last couple of tech updates, I happened to buy a new iMac, the 24-inch version, the base model, and was trying that out in my office to see if it could handle my software development work, my video editing, and all the creator stuff I do for this channel. So my original plan with that iMac was to use it for a little bit, see if the base model was enough power for me, and eventually move that one up into the kitchen where my wife will use it for recipes, watching TV, stuff like that. And the iMac has made its way upstairs now. However, after I'd experienced the new iMac with the M1 chip, it did get me thinking a little bit about how to make the most out of my office setup with the new M1 Macs that are available. So rather than buy a second iMac or a higher spec iMac, I decided to go in a little bit different direction. So after spending quite a bit of hands-on time with the new M1 chip in the iMac, I came away very impressed with how it just handled all of the stuff I did day to day. I was also really impressed with the value it provided in that you could get a base model computer and do a lot of really pro level stuff with it. So in the end, instead of a second iMac, I decided to add two new M1 chips to the office. So I got a base model MacBook Air and a base model Mac Mini to add to my office. Now I've been using both of these machines in my office for about a week now, but first I wanted to show you guys the unboxing and take you through that, and then afterwards I'll give my impressions and thoughts so far on these two awesome machines. So when I'm looking at technology products or computers, I'm always looking to get the most value possible. When I was thinking about getting a second iMac, I was thinking about getting one of the higher spec models, either the mid tier that's about $1,500 or the higher tier that's $1,700. Now these two machines combined are about the same price as the higher tier Mac. So the Mac Mini $699 and the MacBook Air, the base model, is $999. And in both of those machines you get an M1 chip. So the Mac Mini base model is slightly more powerful than both the iMac base model and the MacBook Air base model because it has one more GPU core than the other two. Alright, so next I want to show you guys the unboxing. We'll go through that, and then we'll come back and I'll give you some of my impressions of both machines so far. impressions of the MacBook Air. So the first thing you'll notice when you hold this in your hands is just how light and thin this machine is. It's really impressive. Now this has an 8-core CPU and a 7-core GPU, so it has the exact same specs as the base model iMac that I had previously in my office. So the awesome thing about this is you get a Retina screen on your MacBook Air. It comes with Touch ID over here, and the keyboard is far superior to the MacBook Pro 15-inch that I've been using for the past couple of years. The first thing I noticed when I started typing on this is just how deep the key travel is compared to my older MacBook Pro. And I gotta say, for somebody who spends all day on a computer typing, this is a much more enjoyable experience and probably one of the best keyboards on a laptop I've ever used. The trackpad's also great for the size of the machine. You get a pretty decent sized trackpad there. Has all the Force Touch, the normal stuff you would expect from an Apple trackpad. So primarily I've been using this for my work meetings. The camera on this is actually really good. And then other than that, I'm using it more for like portability, so I can carry this all around the house and use it wherever. And it's so small, it's basically like carrying around a bigger iPad. The other thing I've been using this laptop for is all of the video editing and the creator stuff for my channel. And just like with the base model iMac, I've really been impressed how easy it is to edit 4K video on this base model machine. For a base model, you're getting a ton of value packed into this package. So next up is the M1 Mac Mini. I've never owned a Mac Mini before. This is my first one, and I gotta say, I love this thing so far. So as you can tell, a very powerful computer in a very small package. What's nice is if you want to move this around to your house, say from your work desk out to your TV, not a problem. Just unplug everything and just kind of move it around, which is really handy. The other thing, just because the form factor, you can throw it in a backpack if you want to take this into work and use it both at home and at the office, which is really nice. So the other nice thing about the Mac Mini compared to both the iMac and the MacBook Air is you get lots of ports with this one compared to the other machines. So the base model, even you get an Ethernet, 2 Thunderbolt ports, and an HDMI output, which is very nice, and then 2 regular USB ports and a headphone jack. So to add even more functionality to this Mac Mini, I added this Anchor USB-C hub to add some more ports. So the nice thing about this is you get another HDMI port. You don't lose a lightning port because this has another one on it. You get the SD and the micro SD readers on this side, and they flip over to the other. You get a USB-C and then 2 regular USB ports on this side. So very inexpensive way to add a bunch more ports to your really any of your Mac machines. So what I've been using this for is my day-to-day workhorse. It sits on my desk with my dual monitor setup. So the best thing about the Mac Mini is the price, where it's only $699. You get this really powerful computer, and if you're like me and you have a lot of old monitors and accessories sitting around, like I've got I've already got the Magic trackpad and keyboard to hook up to it. If you've got all that stuff in your office and ready to go already, then it's really easy to just plug this into all of that and you're up and running with something that is pretty awesome. So this has been handling all of my software development. As I said, this has one more GPU core than both the iMac and the MacBook Air. However, day-to-day performance-wise, it seems pretty much exactly the same to me. There's not a noticeable difference in just day-to-day use. So as I said in the beginning, the thing I'm most impressed with these M1 Macs so far is just the value that you get out of these base model machines and all of the pro level things that it can do. And just for a frame of reference, I'm coming from a 2019 MacBook Pro 15-inch with an i9 processor, and when it comes to 4K video editing, these base model machines are handling it better than that did. And when you're looking at price differences between the two, these two machines added together would still be about $1,000 less than what I paid for the MacBook Pro brand new. So that really opens your eyes to the value that Apple is now providing, now that they're able to make their own chips and optimize their Mac OS and all of their software to run on those chips so well. Alright guys, well that's going to wrap things up for today's video. That covers everything we needed to cover. As always, appreciate you guys stopping and watching, and I will see you in the next one.